Hi, besties. How are you guys? Hi, Lunatic. Hi, Taurus. How are you guys doing today? Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to turn my music off. Oops. Not that that would have been a super huge problem, but I assume people don't want to hear Sonic on top of Pokemon. Disney's about to get a piece of your mind. Oh, are you talking about the new Snow White movie? Whew! I forgot to grab my headphones. Well, shit. I will be right back here. You tell me all about why Disney's gonna get a piece of your mind, and I will go grab my headphones real fast, and then I will read the whole thing. I'll be right back. Oh no! I'll turn the game down. There we go. Is that better? Let me know if I need to adjust the game volume again. I had to turn the game up because I was playing Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, and the volume is a lot quieter for that game. There's only one. Wah, ya, wah, Coco. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I keep forgetting that volume is a thing, because like on my end the volume sounds fine, and then it's not fine on your end. But yesterday we were playing not yesterday, Sunday we were playing Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, and Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion has the volume is a lot quieter and more subtle. You were like trying to write the noises of the little guys. I don't want Coco. And so I cranked the volume up for that, and then I forgot that I did that, and so I was like, so oopsies, I had that cranked to the max. My bad. But yeah, never feel bad about telling me to adjust the volume for stuff. The volume is for you guys. I never will feel bad about having to adjust the volume for you guys. No, they're wanting me to verify that my TV is in the same household as my account owner when I originally set it up on my TV through my email, and won't let me change my inactive email so I can get the code to verify. Oh my god. I think I would start exploding people with my mind. I hate how everything is like, verify this, verify that, jump through 8 hoops, do a little tap dance for us. Go through 3 different logins. You know what's so upsetting? Exploding people with my mind is also my favorite hobby. Oh my gosh. I don't remember what it was. I think it's with my Google emails, but there's like 2 of them that like when I set them up for like 2-factor authentication back in like high school, they set it up automatically in a specific way to like do authentic, like two-factor identification through. Oh my gosh, it's so loud on my end too. Here, wait, I gotta readjust the volume for you guys. There we go. They set it up so it would like automatically go through YouTube, so I would have to like, but it was specifically through the YouTube account that's on my iPad. And so like, and I always forget every time that I do this. So like if I'm trying to log into my email account like on my phone, or if I'm like away from the house, I always get so irritated because like the thing is that like it won't let me do any of the other like versions of like authentication, because it's like it has a more secure way of logging into your account, which is like clicking like, oh yeah, this is me on through YouTube on my iPad. And like I'm just like, just text me the fucking through my fucking phone number. But no, it won't let me do that because like because like when I set it up for two-factor authentication, because I had to have it for a specific like project or whatever that I was doing back when I set up the emails back when I had them for in high school. It automatically set them up so that I had to do like the this is me through YouTube, and I can't turn that fucking shit off. I don't know how to turn it off. And so every time like I log into like these two specific email accounts, I have to like, I can only use like log into these email accounts when I'm at my house, because I have to go in and say this is me through my email, like through my YouTube that is only logged in on my iPad. And the thing is I don't remember what the password is for that YouTube account, because I made that YouTube account back when I first became a freshman in high school, because this was the first time I ever was given like internet access, because I wasn't allowed to have internet access growing up. So like I don't have no idea what the password is for my YouTube account, because it's supposedly supposed to be my email, my like what my email password is. But like every time I try to type that in as the password, it just goes, we're not really sure that's the password. Have you tried something else? And I'm like, there is nothing else that the password could be. Like, I have no idea. So, like, Google moment. So, I literally, like, it's so bad that, like, I literally have created, like, an extra, like, I have specific email accounts. So, like, I literally have, like, 8 email accounts at this point. Because, like, you know, I have my main email account that's, like, just, you know, for me. I have, like, my quote-unquote professional one for, like, my personal life. I have my streaming one. I have, like, one that's specific for, like, that I type in for, like, ads and, like, not sponsorships. For, like, coupons and stuff. So I don't have to see all of it. So it all goes to the trash and stuff. Yeah, honestly, I would. The only thing is that, like, it's so hard to switch at this point. I really should look into switching. Because I've had it for so long, it's, like, it's so hard to switch because I have so many, like, Google accounts that are all, like, so interlocked with each other that it's so hard to switch. And I have, like, so many, like, important documents on those, like, that are all interweaved with those Google accounts. Like, I've got so many things that are all linked with those. And I'm like, ooh. But also, fuck Google, so, ooh, you know? What was I doing standing here for? But yeah, all that fun stuff, you know? Oh, I already did that. Talking to Tails, probably. Yeah, honestly, I think that's what I was doing over here. Oh my gosh, wait! Tails! I literally missed him. I'm blind. My favorite, I love you. My boy.
Yo, Tails, can you tell if there's anything special about the ruins with this symbol?
I can't be sure without a proper analysis, but it doesn't seem remarkable.
That would make
What
sense.
is remarkable is the data retention after all these years. The corruption is negligible, and the maps are so accurate. Not to mention the way they can imprint the map data directly into the user's mind. It's hard enough explaining yourself to your peers, let alone some long-distance civilizations.
Yeah, too bad they can't give us all the answers to the island's mysteries. You're right, though. Pretty amazing to have a civilization based on brain power.
Yeah, all the Cocos were like, we're just gonna bury him. I'm glad that oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was just like, I couldn't see him. How could I not see my boy? It was on purpose. They were keeping him from me. Okay. Let's go get the other Coco that's over here. Or at least we'll attempt to get the other Coco that's over here. I guess that's a better way we should phrase it. I think what's really getting to you is this is all happening because your dad logged in at work on his work computer when I asked him not to because of what the new terms and conditions said. Oh no, what are the new terms and conditions? Is it something about like how they like track about like who's logging in where or something like that? I know like Netflix was trying to do that to like crack down on like password sharing or whatever, and it actually just ended up leading to like them having less people and like because a lot of people saw that and were like, actually we no longer want to use your service, and I was like, serves them fucking right. They're freaking greedy ass motherfuckers. Okay, I see. Not that button. What is the button that... Where's the runny button? ZR! Okay! I was like, I'm losing my mind. Run, you little bird! Run, you little idiot! Run for your life! We got him. Okay. We've got the prince and the king! Yes, no account sharing unless you register your device as a student or like a pre-registered phone or travel computer. You have to set it up through the email attached to the account. He did this before we could change the email so we could register the devices. Great! Don't you love when your parents do stupid ass shit like that? When you specifically ask them not to? And they're like, oh, I thought it would be fine. And you're like, I told you it wouldn't be. Oh my gosh. I can relate. Maybe not on the exact same thing, but... similar, somewhat relatable situation. Okay. Oh, it's all the way at the top. I had to heck. Honestly, I think you should be allowed to blow up Disney servers one time as a treat. Because they're not letting you change your email. And they're being very stupid and mean about it. Also, I think you should get to blow up your dad's computer as a treat. Because he caused a very large inconvenience for you. Give me that. Give me it. Give me it. Give me it. Give me that. Give me that. Okay, where's this gonna take me? Oh, just right there. Well, I guess I'll take those, even though I don't need them. Is there fall damage in this game? I guess not. I love how I always figure out whether there's fall damage the fun way in games. Never the safe way. Safe way is for nerds. It's so much fun to go fishing. See, the amount of times I've asked, is there fall damage in this game while I'm in the middle of falling, and I have indeed found out that there was fall damage, is definitely non-zero. I think it's funnier that way to find out. It's just how you figure out. It's just like the fun way to figure out. Hi, Big.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Let's go fish. Like, I called Disney and verified that the original device code that it was set up on without missing anything in it when saying it out loud, and they wouldn't let me change the email. Why? That's so dumb. I caught a crab! At that point, you should just start literally blowing them up. At this point, Disney deserves to be lit. They deserve to start lighting Disney on fire, actually. Light them on fire. It's an anglerfish! Oh, you're still speedrunning the game? How's that been going for you? I know you said that this island was... I think you said that... Pretty sure it was you that said that this island was the fun one to speedrun. Because it, like, flings you places. Unless that was someone else and I'm mixing you up with someone else. Because there was 2 different people in chat that said that they were speedrunning the game. I'm pretty sure. Hi, Jay. But I hope your speedrun's been going well. I feel like I just am like the opposite of a like speedrunner person. Because I'm a person who very easily gets like distracted with side quest stuff. So like I am like the person who can easily do like the longest run ever. Like, whatever the opposite of speedruns are, I am that person. Oh my gosh, 18th place? Okay, that is actually really cool. 1 hour and 7 minutes, 35 seconds. And then is the speed run through like the 100%, like I guess not 100% of the game, but is it from like the start of the game to like when you finish the game? So like when you beat the final Titan boss, whatever it's called. Snapping turtle! Oh my gosh, we had one of these as a pet. Would not recommend it. Ours was really tiny. It was not that big. So yes, started the game to beating the final boss. Okay, that's what I thought. But I just thought I'd confirm just to make sure that I was on the same page. Because I do know that there are also like 100%ing speedruns. I know that is also a thing that I've heard of being that exist. Although that is like insane to me. The fact that there are like speedruns for like 100% completing games. Those people are crazy to me. In like a good way. I mean this 100% like positively. Like, I have nothing but respect for those types of people. 100% speedrun of current patch is 10 hours? I think it took me 10 hours to like figure out what I think it took me 10 hours just to like unlock the map. I think not even unlock the map. I think it took me 10 hours to get through the first 2 bosses. That's crazy. I got another gold card. Your McDonald's ran out of chicken nuggets? Oh my gosh. This is the worst timeline. It's the worst timeline. I'm so sorry. I genuinely... Yeah, it can, because she lives in a small town. And generally small towns, have a higher chance of being able to run out of stock like that. Yeah. I'm saying that from experience because me, Taurus, Ollie, and Rascal all went to college in a smaller town. And often, the McDonald's that was in town, sometimes, so technically, it wasn't supposed to close until 10, but sometimes it would close as early as, like, 7, because it just depended on when it ran out of stock. And if it ran out of stock, then it was like, it just closed early. It's an oarfish! These things are so cool. I love them. But yeah. And there'd be certain days where they would run out of, they'd run out of chicken tender, or chicken nuggets really early. It was always like Friday nights. It's always really sad. So it was almost always better to just like make the 30-minute drive to like the next town over to get McDonald's than it was to try and go to the one in town. This time it was due to getting 10 inches of snow, so they couldn't get their shipment. Oh yeah, I mean 15,000 people isn't like super small. Yeah, I guess it's not like super duper small. It's a starfish! Any percentage world record is 5102. Damn. That's crazy. I think at 51 02, I was, crying for my mom doing the first temple. Because it was hard, and I couldn't do it. Oh my god, it's an alligator! I love these guys. Like, whatever it's called, not the temple, because like, the first level, I know it's not a temple, but like the first level, because like I tried it and then I gave up and I went back and like tried it again. I'm like, I know it's not a temple. I know that's not the official like word for it. And like first level, like the pillar. Like the pillar, the big pillar thing. But like I was like, oh, I'm not fast enough for this. Yeah, this cyberspace portal or whatever. And then I gave up, and then I came back to it after I defeated like after I beat the first boss or whatever. It's a big chompy lizard boy. Whoa, 3 gold cards. I kind of want to see.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
I'll let you borrow a rod. Snapping turtle. Flounder. A flounder. That's rounder than a giant quarter pounder. Starfish. Alligator! Twig. Acorn. Starfish. Ancient tablet. Starfish are cool because you can literally cut them in any way and then they'll grow into like, and it'll grow that part back. And you can cut them in half and it'll grow 2.
Some Sonic's here, some force. Sonic's here, so it's it's Sage has been crucial to my survival here in cyberspace. Early warnings of hostile entities, guiding me past firewalls, keeping me updated on progress in the real world. She's the best. It's a program. An adorable program, a very personable program. I wonder if she has a preference.
He really does have a heart. Man. Character growth.
I never really knew my cousin Maria. Everyone spoke of her like she was very special. All that love for someone who was gone when I was right there. But I have to wonder, back then, was she anything like Sage is now?
Damn, you're gonna make me start crying. I guess it does answer the one question I had during the Sonic 3 movie about how Eggman and Maria were related. Because I did get that the doctor was Eggman's dad, grandpa. Like, whoever decided to put elections on April 1st is kind of a genius. That's not political. That's fucking hysterical. Honestly, just quietly play some clown music when you come in. It'll really set the tone. but that was like the only question I had with like about the Dr. Eggman and Maria relation, because I was like, are they siblings or are they cousins? That was the only thing. That was the only thing I wasn't entirely sure on. But I'm glad that they answered that here. It wasn't super pressing, because obviously, like, they're family. But I was always like, are they? Because it just made me wonder about, like, because, like, you never see Maria's parents. So I was like, if Eggman is, like, her brother, like, after so many long afterwards, then, like, where were her parents? But then, like, but if they're cousins, then, like, I guess that makes sense. But also, like, where were his parents if he was an orphan? Where were Maria's parents? What happened? Why are there so, like, why is their family so fucked up, you know?
Sage told the funniest joke during her report. How fast can Sonic screw things up? Instantly, he's the fastest thing alive. I tell you, she's a chip off the old block. Well, for a program, I mean, it's not like she's alive. Or family, or...
Just give in, Eggman. That is your daughter now. It's your daughter now. You take good care of her.
Who says I can't create life, huh? Just a bunch of proteins pumping together. Anyone can do that. A true genius does it with code and electrons. I mean, if I did create life, she would be brilliant.
Oh my goodness.
Loyal and
That
perfect
scared me.
innovative.
Hi! Thank you for following the graceful Maria. Because her dad is a genius, that's why. See? He's calling himself her dad. We have proof right here, folks. That's her dad. I love when maniacal characters are dads. It fills me with life. Anyway, welcome to the Guild of Friendship, Maria. I'm gonna call you that. Unless you want me to call you something else. Feel free to tell me that. But yeah. Oh, I love villain characters being dads. It gives them so much character.
Sonic's on the island. Of course, Sonic is on the island. I can't remember the last time I had a good night's scheme without him ruining it. Still, for a purely organic creature, obtaining Mach 1 of his own volition is impressive. I'm man enough to admit that.
I'm man enough to admit that. Okay, Eggman. You literally have Eggman. You have man in your name, and you're man enough to admit that. Okay.
It's Sonic who named me Eggman. Except the joke's on him. I embraced the name. I made it my own. His mockery is now a name feared across the ages. I'm not going to adopt Baldy McNose here, though. My dignity has limits.
Oh. That is also a question I had that was also an answer to a question I didn't know I had. I was like, why is he called Eggman? Apparently, Sonic just called him that, and he was like, actually, I am an Eggman. Actually based, though. That's fucking hysterical.
It appears Amy Rose has been dragged into the mix. Clever girl. Tenacious. She's come a long way since being an easy pawn in my schemes to ensnare Sonic. It seems like she had some trouble finding herself. But when you hang around with someone with as big an ego as Sonic, self-identification has to be a challenge. Knuckles is here too. What a rube. That hair trigger of his is a problem, but also a boon when I can get him to go off in the right direction. Wait, if he's here, that means the Master Emerald is unguarded. Its power will be mine. Oh, no wait. I'm stuck here. Phooey.
What a rube. Who says that?
Sonic's here, so it's no surprise Tails is too. It's a pity. Young Prower has a keen mind and loads of potential, yet he's fixated on worshipping Sonic. And again, maybe that's for the best. Given all the trouble he gave me in Station Square and on the Ark, I think I prefer him wasting his potential lingering in Sonic's shadow.
Damn, that's cold.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Okay, I just want to see how many more I need to collect for this for the fish cyberspace portal. For the fish portal. For the fish decks, if you will. Okay, what percentage are we at? Fast travel. Oh, because I have the scroll. Duh. 68. Man, couldn't you have made it 69? Just for me. They probably couldn't have, but it still hurts.
Hey, Sonic. Would you like to try?
Ads will start in about a minute for anyone wondering. What the heck is that? Item box? Okay. What if I want fish, not item box? Do you think I'm disrupting the fish population? Yellow Spring. Maybe not. I guess if I'm fishing trash out of the pond, then I'm probably helping the fish population. But also the amount of fish I'm pulling, you know, but after we pull them out, like, what do we do with them? Do we release them back? It's a hammerhead shark! Look at this big, gorgeous boy! Look at him! Sea puppy! You're in a cyberspace portal, none of it's real. Okay. But I still worry about the ecological effects that I'm having on the cyberspace pond, okay? Sorry that I've been in too many conservation classes, okay? I'm sorry. I'm worried about overfishing this pond. I'm glad that your Culver salad is tasting very yummy. Honestly, Culver's has some really good salads. Especially their dressing. Their dressing can hit different. Polka dot hammerhead shark? Look at that! Look at him! He's gorgeous! But that does make me feel better to know that it's not real. I will have no effect on the local fish populations, because the fish populations aren't real. A black starfish. But like, yeah, you could tell the type of autism I have, because I'm just like, what are the ecological effects I'm having on the populations that I'm affecting right now? It's why I don't like to fish in the games that I play very often, because I'm just like, I'm hurting the I'm hurting the local ecology. I'm hurting the conservation efforts of the people nearby. And they're like, Marie, it's not that deep. I'm like, it's that deep to me.
Would you like to try? I'll let you borrow a rod.
Oh, we're sold out of egg memos. I want more egg memos, please. He's so funny. Oh, they're sold out. Okay. I don't think I ever did watch Charlie the Unicorn as a kid. I think I heard about it though. Was it a movie? Because I didn't watch a lot of movies growing up. Usually, I guess I should rephrase that. I didn't watch a lot of variety of movies growing up as a kid. Because, like, I would, like, usually what would happen was that I would, like, get really into, like, one specific movie. Oh, it was... Oh! Like... Oh! Like the... Charlie! We're going to Candy Mountain! Like that. Please tell me it was that. And I'm not just like pulling that from the memory banks for no reason. Okay, so I heard about it and I only watched that specific video. We're going to Candy Mountain one. I never, if there was more than the Candy Mountain one, I never watched them. But, why are they letting me buy more than... Oh, okay. But I do remember that his kidneys were stolen, and I believe they sold them on the internet. I don't remember much else from it, though. But when I was in middle school, I was not allowed to have, I didn't have internet access. So any YouTube videos that were like popular around that time, I only heard verbatim from other kids repeating them. Or, like a friend would like show me a video like on their phone or like on their well, 9 times out of 10 it wouldn't even be like on their phone because most of my friends didn't have phones. It would 9 times out of 10 be on their computer at their house. So like I've seen very few actual like YouTube videos. Most of like the Vines that I've seen that I can reference nowadays, because I know a lot of like Vine references, but like all of the ones that I know, I only know because like I used to like binge Vine compilations as soon as I got to high school, because of like Vine shut down. Like almost as like it was like I got internet access, and then like a couple of weeks after I got internet access, like Vine shut down. So like a whole bunch of like Vine compilations were uploaded to YouTube. So I was just binge watching them with other people. So like the only reason I know a whole bunch of like
Would you like to try?
you know, popular Vines is because I was like binge watching them, so that like I would be able to understand the references that other people made. But the only reason that I was able to like, you know, copy the inflection of them was because other people in my class would like say them so much that I would just like parrot them to other people because they would get stuck in my head, and I would just like, and the thing is that I have echolalia things, and like I would just get sometimes I would just get it stuck in my head, and so I would just be sitting there like saying Vine references that I had never seen, and I would be able to like perfectly parrot it despite never seeing the video itself. like the Charlie bit my finger. I used to be able to say that whole video
Hey, Sonic.
without having seen the actual Charlie bit my finger video, because people used to like phrase it so often to me. Oh my goodness, it's Flashy. I think that was the only one I needed. She's gorgeous. I love her.
Would you like to try?
Okay, I think that was the last one we needed. I can recite entire cutscenes of this game. I totally get you. Yeah, see? I also... Yeah, I didn't do all of this stuff. I would like... While I cannot fully control it, I can awaken its rage inside of you. Oh, nope, we're still at 96%. I need to find someplace safe! Yeah, anything that I was able to reference at that point, it was either because other, like, my classmates would, like, say it so often, I was able to reference it, or if I was at friends' houses, because the thing is that my parents' policy was that, like, I was not allowed to have internet access while I was at home, but if it was allowed at, like, my friends' houses when I was at a friend's house, it was fine there because they were, but, like, because, like, the way that they viewed it was that, like, if it was at a friend's house, I was allowed to do stuff at the friend's house because they were like, it's their house, it's their house. If the parents said it was okay there, then I could do it. Thank you, Lunatic. I appreciate you. But yeah, so, like, I know growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch, like, Cartoon Network at all. So I know, like, there was a lot of shows that, like, a lot of people I'm close with, like, really loved growing up. Like, what were a couple of them that were on there? Like, Adventure Time, Regular Show, and there was, like, a bunch of other ones that were on there, but those are, like, oh, I know iCarly was another one I wasn't allowed to watch growing up. Total Drama Island. There was, like, a whole bunch of stuff growing up that, like, I was not allowed to watch. So, like, there are shows that, like, people will, like, reference and be like, oh, remember, like, so, like, I know when, like, the iCarly reboot came out, like, a whole bunch of people were talking to me, they're like, oh, are you excited for the iCarly reboot? And I'm like, no, because I never was allowed to watch iCarly growing up, so why would I be excited for the reboot? I don't have any nostalgia for it because I wasn't allowed to watch the show, so I've never seen iCarly, so I won't have any nostalgia for the original show, so there's no, you know, Ed, and Eddie, yeah, like, there are so many shows that were on Cartoon Network, like, we had, like, my parents had, like, a parent lock, so, like, all of Cartoon Network was blocked, except for, like, a couple of specific shows, like, I know we were allowed to watch Ben 10, that was a show that was on Cartoon Network that we were allowed to watch. But, like, for the most part, like, we weren't allowed to watch Cartoon Network. There was a couple of other shows that, like, that my parents just did not like, that were just, like, blocked growing up, that I can't think of off the top of my head now. But, like, you now have 669 channel points. Nice! Nice! But yeah, like, so, like, I've seen a couple episodes of iCarly, but the only episodes I've seen were ones when I was over at friends' houses, and they were they were in the middle of watching an episode, and then, like, I went over to, like, go hang out with them, and then they were like, oh, could we finish this episode? Because, like, you know, I was already, like, watching it, and I was like, sure. But, like, every episode of iCarly I've seen, it's always so weird. And I'm like, I don't get why people like this. And I'm sure I probably would get it if I was allowed to watch the show. But since I was never allowed to watch the show growing up, like, I just don't understand it. But then I was allowed to watch Victorious, which I feel like was a worse show to watch in comparison because there was so much weirder stuff in that than there was in iCarly, but whatever. Like, the amount of, like, not really hidden, like, you know, author kink stuff that was in there, you're like, that you didn't realize was in there until someone went back and was like, and was pointing it out, and you're like, oh, they really just were putting that in. Like, the amount of, like, episodes that were just about feet. Like, you don't realize how many episodes are about feet until, like, someone goes through and shows you how many episodes are about feet, and you realize that it's so many. It's so bad. There are so many episodes about either about feet or that just have feet as, like, super, like, upfront and personal with you, and it's so uncomfortable as an adult. Because I recently watched someone do, like, a breakdown about, like, Victorious. I believe the YouTube channel's name was Quinn Reviews. Because he did, like, a whole review of, he did, like, a whole breakdown of, so he did, like, a whole, breakdown episode by episode, review of first iCarly, and then he did Victorious, and then he also did Sam and Cat, which was a sequel spinoff of Victorious, and then, I think he's working on something else that's part of the universe as well, but he does really awesome reviews. But, like, when he was doing the, like, in-depth review of Victorious, he was pointing out, like, all of the episodes that had feet in them, and I was like, once he points them out, he had, like, a counter too, and I was like, once he was pointing them out, I was like, this is bad and awful and gross. I think the thing with iCarly was people didn't like the example Spencer the caretaker figure was setting. Ah, that would make sense. Yeah, because I'm trying to remember, because I don't really know that much about iCarly, but wasn't, like, wasn't, like, the reason that Spencer was the caregiver was because their dad was away on, like, business or something, so, like, that's why Spencer was the caregiver or something. It was something like that. I don't remember. Again, I haven't seen the show, so feel free to, like, be like, no, Marie, you're 100% wrong, and actually, it was this. Their dad was in the military. Oh. That makes total sense then why Spencer is like that, actually. What do you mean? If I was less put together than I am now, that's what I probably would turn out to be. You can't blame them because that one fucker from the higher-ups that likes it, and they ruined Sam and Gibby for iCarly's life. Like, goddamn. Oh. I wasn't blaming them. Oh, I wasn't blaming them. I was just saying, like, as an adult, it's just weird to look back at like the show and be like, wow, there's a lot of feet stuff in here. That's kind of weird. But I wasn't blaming like the actors for it at all. No, it's definitely like the one, whatever that one guy's name it was. I'm not gonna remember what his name is, but like you're right, it was the one higher up guy that likes it. And and then didn't they also cause like unsafe like practices on set too, which caused like the actor for Gibby to get like seriously injured on an episode too? Meanwhile, Willy Wonka with Blueberry, am I a joke to you? To be fair, Willy Wonka full stop said, "Do not eat this," to the child, and the child went, "Fuck you, I'm going to eat it." So, you know, I feel like the situations are a little different. Not that I think that Willy Wonka's in the right. I'm not defending Willy Wonka here at all. I definitely think Willy Wonka's factory probably should have been shut down for unsafe working conditions for several reasons. Do you think Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, do you think the reason Willy Wonka set up that competition and gave Charlie his factory was because he was about to get hit with so many, like, child labor laws and, like, safety laws and stuff? And then, he gave it over to Charlie so he wouldn't have to go to jail, and so that Charlie could take the fall for it? That's what I think about. It's like taking an alien gun and the alien specifically asked not to, but they did it anyways. Yeah. It's true. There's nothing quite like the indomitable stupidity of the human spirit. Loach. I love loaches. They're so fun. They're a good fish. Hi, Droxix. How are you doing today? I can't remember if I said hi to you when you came in. But hi. How are you?
Would you like to try?
I was
Would you like to try?
trying to get to the trade
I'll let you-
tokens. Okay. I wasn't sure if I said hi already, so I said hi again because I have a bad memory, and I feel bad if I can't remember and I feel bad if I forget to say hi. So I said it again. So it was insurance that I didn't forget to say hi. That's why.
Would you like to try?
Well, how many times do you want me to say hi? What? Is me not saying hi 2 different times good enough for you? Or 5, okay. Hello, hi, hi. That should add up to 5. If my counting is correct. Okay, did it say complete? I almost forgot to check. Okay, it says complete. Okay. Hi, Fiend. Why are you saying that your left thumb is completely fine? That makes me think that you did something to your thumb. What did you do to your thumb? Or is it just that, like, since every other time that you've messed up your thumb when you've gone to use the drill, that this time in particular you managed to not to? No, your thumb is fine, nothing happened to your thumb. The more that you insist that your thumb is fine, the more I'm concerned that you've managed to, like, cut your thumb completely off of your body. It's just, like, detached from you. And you're like, no, it's fine. It's supposed to be like this, Marie. Don't worry about it. Oh. Got it. A pillar did follow my left forearm though, but my thumb is fine. Oh. Okay, well, as long as your thumb is fine, then okay. I don't want to fight the spider. But what if I don't want to? What if I don't wanna? He looks mean. That's not better. Well, I mean, it's better than him crushing his thumb, I will say. With, so, because he did do that 2 weeks in a row, so, with the nail gun, so, I will say it is a market improvement, question mark. Is that mean to say? I feel like that's mean to say. Maybe I will take that back. That might be mean to say. Okay, well, I don't know where it is and how is it. Where in the abyss is it? Oh, that answers that question. But how do I... Okay, well, one question was answered. I guess that answers that the other question I had. Well, I'm gonna go grab that real fast then. It was a hollow wooden pillar, but this will still be a sizable bruise. Yeah, I bruise like a peach, I'm gonna be honest. So, like, literally anything happens and my skin's just like, we're gonna bruise like you got absolutely smacked around by a huge beast. And I'm like, we don't have to do this. We really don't. My body's like, yeah, but we're gonna. I'm like, but we don't have to. We really don't have to. Although sometimes I am getting smacked around by huge beasts, otherwise known as dogs. So it's really a 50-50. Okay. I'm good. You were picturing a marble pillar? That's funny. See, I wasn't picturing like a marble pillar. I just wasn't sure what type of pillar to picture. Darn it, Taurus, now I keep having the chippy choppa choppa music in my brain. You did this to me. Oh, it already killed you. Gosh darn, happy music getting stuck in my brain. And I'd do it again, Marie. I know, you have so many points. You could do it again. Okay, have I beaten you? I don't think I have. I don't think I've beaten you. How do I beat you? Training simulator? I have to Cyclope him? How is... Oh, I have to Cyclope his legs? Okay. That was actually very helpful. Thank you. Yeah, I know the spider's there. I'm here to fight the spider. Why is he... What? What am I doing? Why am I going so fast? Why are they... Why is there Orpal? Why are there purple beams? Stop that shit right this fucking second. Okay, wheel. I didn't need those rings anyhow. I hope I electrocuted you well. Can you stop throwing me into the air? This doesn't feel like a battle. This just feels... Oh. Is that how I killed him? Why was the trapezing really necessary for this? The theater has found time between sets we need to build, and so I've been cleaning out the workshop. It has become almost an archaeological dig. Isn't that fun? Whenever there's like time in between things. And so literally the other day I was like, I had time because I was ahead on my rooms, and I was trying to find a spoon for my mac and cheese because I accidentally forgot to bring one with me to work. And I was trying to see if I had one stashed in my purse because I hadn't cleaned my purse out in like 800 years. And it accidentally turned into me cleaning out my purse in the locker room bathroom. And suffice to say, I did not have a spoon in my purse. But I do, for some reason, have like 12 different lip glosses. They're not lipsticks, they're lip glosses, because I don't wear lipsticks. But I have like 12 different lip glosses just floating around in my purse. I had so much garbage in my purse too. But my purse is now like clean. So I got that going for me now, which is nice. Why are we lonely? We need the coins. New periods at peace. You found old audio equipment as old as the theater itself. Oscillos from the early 50s. Ooh. Okay, but that's like really cool though. You're like, it's cool. Just be really careful not to blow this up, guys. Because You're like, because this might kill us. Kidding, kind of. But not really. Where is this taking me? I hate these stupid time trials challenges. What do they want from me? I got a D! That's fine. I just wanted it to not be red on my screen. Okay. What does this need? No idea. And then I think I need to go see him? Question mark. Where am I going? What did I hit? Rude little bounce pads? Don't tell me where to go. I don't need to get the Chaos Emerald just yet. I'm fine. I'll get the Chaos Emerald when I'm good and ready. Thank you. Where am I going? The Chaos Emerald will still be there when I need it to be. It's not going anywhere. I would know. I'm not grabbing it. That's so ominous looking. Yeah, don't worry about the lava, babe. We'll just jump over it. It's fine. Woo! Almost jumped right into the lava there. It's fine. It's fine. Lava can't hurt you. It's fine. Even though it definitely can. We're just lying to ourselves to make ourselves feel better. You make me remember when I was still at school, I had a pear for lunch, you know, those fruits. So anyway, I put the pear into my backpack and straight up forgot about it until like a week or so. Like I forgot. Looking through my backpack was so smelly and dirty. So guess what it caused? I guess the fruit pear. Then you're correct. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Okay, so the thing about my purse too is that I had like I should increase ring capacity. I had some like Tums, like a thing of like a packet of like Tums that were in my purse too. And the thing is that like the packaging for Tums is like a thick plastic. And because I have so much crap in my purse, and because like my purse gets banged around so much because like obviously because like I take it everywhere, I guess like the plastic like cracked, and because the Tums are chalky, like it like spilled all over the bottom of my purse. So there was just like dust coating the entire bottom of my purse. It was so bad. Also, there was like a pen in one of the pockets of my purse that had exploded, and it was pink, and like it was the pocket that I have a bunch of my DS games in. So they're like stained pink now. It's great. It's great, guys. Like, it's fine. Like, I personally don't care that they're stained pink. And like I've checked them and they all work still, so it's fine. But like, the amount of fear that went through me that when I first opened that pocket and I just saw like pink everywhere was not great for a person who has a heart condition. Can I just say? I was just like, what is all this? This is an interesting day. But yeah. It's probably a sign that I need to clean my purse out more. And I probably also need to stop carrying so much crap around in my purse. Because I carry so much around in my purse all the time. But that's the thing, like, I'm always just like, but if I don't carry it around in my purse, then I'm gonna need it. You like chocolate milk? I think it's, okay, I like it occasionally. I think it's good occasionally. I just don't like it all the time. And I personally, I'm like, I'm like slightly lactose intolerant. And the problem is that like lactose intolerant, I mean like lactose free milk, like the chocolate is always hit or miss for me. Like the chocolate lactose free milk, like it either tastes really good or really bad. And there's no in between, I found. It's like, okay, you don't need to stop carrying it, you just need to put things in protective cases. Yeah, it's true. The only problem is that, like, so well, I did, the nice thing is that, like, I did consolidate all of the, like, medications I was carrying around. So, like, I have less bottles. Ah, shit. So I have, like, less bottles in there, so there's more space in it. I honestly, like, I probably need to, like, upgrade to like, a backpack, so I'm not carrying all of the weight on, like, one shoulder. The only problem is that it's hard to find, like, a backpack that's, like... Because the thing is that, like, it's hard to find a backpack that isn't, like, you know... a size that like I need, because they're either like the super duper teeny tiny sizes or they're like super humongous jumbo sizes, and I'm like I would like one that's in between those. Like I don't need one that's like the size for that, you know, you can fit all of your like school bag stuff into, but I also don't need, like, I also can't fit everything into, like, a super tiny itty-bitty bag, you know what I mean? I don't think this is the one I was supposed to... Oh, well. Well. So... Just put me back at the same spot. But yeah. So I just need to put everything into Ziploc bags to carry around in my purse, and then it'll be fine. Then it won't matter if things explode in my purse. Then it'll be in a Ziploc bag. That's what I used to do. I used to just put, like, everything in, like, a Ziploc bag. I was like, everything's getting Ziplocked, baby. Everything gets Ziplocked, no exceptions. And then we ran out of the size of Ziplocs that I really liked. And it all went downhill from there. I go this way. Oh. Well, but the thing is behind me. I just want that one stupid wrench. Will you give it to me or not? Game, you're being very unhelpful about this one wrench. Oh, unless there's another... You know, imagine if I go to the other side and there's like a whole separate... like wing dedicated to like going to that. Let me... It looks like this goes somewhere completely different. What? Then pray tell. Oh, there's one right there. But... One second. We keep getting distracted by things. But how do we get that one? Another one. Okay, like that. Okay. Oh. Nice. Maybe if I had more map, I could tell. Do I just have to go the other way? I'm gonna be so mad if I just had to go the other way. So it was just that easy, huh? Oh my gosh, I didn't go fast enough. I'm gonna hurl. Where'd it throw me? It's fine. Now we know. Sonic not going fast enough? Yippee! Do I have Yippee even as a... I do! I couldn't remember if I did. I was like, did I make it as one? Or did I just hallucinate it? Because sometimes I think I do things, and then I don't. Thank you for the partial check redeem. So yeah. I've been doing research on the two possible things that could be the cause for my chronic pain, and we are highly leaning towards it being neuropathy. Which basically would mean that I've got nerve issues, which wouldn't really be surprising with all of the other nerve issues I already have. It would just mean that I have more nerve issues on top of it. Yippee! Right? That... I did not know what it was asking for me to do for a second. I do not love being broken. What do you mean? Okay, well, I didn't know what you would... But yeah, I just love having so many issues with my body. It's great. Can the birds leave me the hell alone? It was sarcasm, Marie. Well. Even with the sarcasm on top of it, I'm like, no. I can't even pretend. I hate it. But yeah, because I was reading the symptoms of neuropathy, and I was like, hey, that's me. And I was like, oh wait, shit. That's me. And I was like, ah, well, we've got a winner, boys. So, it was a good time. But yeah, I was like reading through the symptom list, and I was like, this literally just describes like what my life has been since I was 14. And I was like, I wonder if that means anything. Maybe. But yeah, so obviously that's something like obviously like I'm on pain medication now, which has been really nice. And we're still working on like figuring out the dosage and stuff. But like I did not realize the difference that it would be being on pain medication versus not being on medication. Like obviously like I said, we're still figuring out like my dosage and stuff, and we're still trying to figure all of that stuff out. But like there was one day this week where like I literally woke up for the first time since I was 14, and like I'm almost 24 now, so like I've been dealing with like this chronic pain issue for like almost a decade now. And like there was like the first time earlier this week where like I woke up for the first time and like I didn't feel any pain, and it was like the weirdest thing that has ever happened to me, because like I've been dealing with this chronic pain, and it's been like a constant part of my life, because like I've just like been in pain like every day since I was between the ages of 13 and 14. Like I don't know why the chronic pain started. I just know that it did. It was just one of those things. That I've been dealing with, and like obviously like I still like am dealing with the chronic pain now, because you know, like I've been saying, we're still working on getting the dosage, and we're still working through trying to make sure I'm on the right amount of the pain medication I'm on and stuff, and getting like the timing and stuff down. But the fact that I literally woke up without pain for the first time in like almost a decade, and I was texting like Ollie and Rascal, and I was flabbergasted, and I was asking them, like, is this what normal people feel? Like, is this how normal people like wake up? Because I literally started crying because it was so life-changing to me, because it had literally been 10 years since I had a day where my spine wasn't like burning or pulsing or feeling I was being horrifically stabbed, or like, you know, where there wasn't like where I wasn't just like in horrific amounts of pain. And like, obviously, because like we're still trying to figure out pain amounts, like you know, it didn't last the whole day, but like the fact that it's like obtainable, the fact that like that's what other people's normal everyday experience is, the fact that like other people wake up at their day starting at 0 and stay the whole day at 0 unless something happens to them, that is mind-blowing to me, because I usually start my day at like a level 5 on the pain scale. That is where I start my day. That's like an average day for me. I start at a level 5. Usually if it's a bad day, I'll start at like a level 7 on the pain scale. If it's super bad, it could be as high as like an 8.
Wonder how he's doing. Terrible, I hope.
If it's a really good day, it could be as low as like a 4. But like I haven't had like a pain-free day since I was like, you know, since I was like 13 or 14. And that's just crazy to me, that there are people who just exist at 0 pain. I feel you in the chronic illness stuff. It is so annoying. Yeah, and I'm just glad that I do finally have a doctor nowadays that that I'm working with, who I'm able to be with consistently enough. Because part of the reason that I was also having, well, part of the reason too that I was having issues is that is like when I first had an injury, because what incited the chronic illness or the chronic pain was that back in high school, freshman year of high school, I was doing running and I got injured doing running, or at least they say I was injured doing running. I think I had the precursor for this, or whatever, but I think running just exacerbated it to a point where like I ended up being in pain to the point where like I would, because like exacerbated it to the point where like I was in pain all the time. But then because it was an injury I gained, quote unquote, while I was doing a sport, they sent me to a sport injury doctor, and he diagnosed me with the first time with patellofemoral pain syndrome, which basically is an injury that is related to the cartilage in your knees. Where, like, and the thing is that it still took my parents, like, with me telling them, hey, I have this pain that is affecting me, where I'm having trouble, like, walking. Like, I was having trouble, like, I was literally to the point where I was, like, if I was walking in between classes, and I would, like, burst into tears because I was in so much pain. Because the pain started in my knees, and then it just slowly, like, over the years made it, or, like, and it just, like, it started in my knees, and then it also was, like, up my back, and then it's, like, it's slowly spreading, down to, like, my feet, and it's spreading out to, like, it's spread up to, like, my shoulders and my neck, and it's spreading out to, like, my elbows and my hands, but when it first happened, it was mostly centered in my knees and my hips, with a little bit in my lower back. And so what I was originally diagnosed with was, like I said, patellofemoral pain syndrome, which is an illness or a disease related to sports injuries that is more often seen in people who do a lot of sports. And basically, it basically means that because someone is doing sports so often, they injure the cartilage that is in their knees, and with physical therapy to strengthen the muscles in their in the surrounding areas, so like the thighs and the hip area and such, it should be strong enough to support the area. And what do you mean what's going on? I'm just talking about my chronic illness. My chronic illness is that it's over time, because of the strengthening, it should fix what it should help, like, strengthen what's going on with the with, like, the cartilage in the knees. And for me, unlike what usually goes on with patellofemoral pain syndrome and with the IT bands, which is what they thought what was going on, instead of getting better with physical therapy, mine just kept getting worse. And there was no follow-up appointment with it, which was kind of cringe, if you ask me. But whatevers. And even at the appointment where I got diagnosed with patellofemoral pain syndrome, I even, like, said to the doctor, I said, "This doesn't feel right. I think we're missing something." And the doctor was like, "Why do you think we're missing something?" And I was like, "Well, the symptoms of this diagnosis that you gave me doesn't really match the symptoms that I have, because patellofemoral pain syndrome is only centered in the knees, and I have pain in my hips all the way up to my back." And he's like, "Well, you also have tight IT bands, so we think that this has something to do with that. So we think so." And he was just like, he was talking about that, and my dad pipes up and goes, "It's just because you have anxiety." And he made a joke about, like, women always thinking that there's something else. So because of that, I just went, "Oh, I must be making it up." And so I went to the physical therapy. I did everything that the physical therapist said, down to the letter, because I was like, I want to feel better. I'm in constant pain. It was horrible. And every time I did the physical therapy, every time I did the exercises, I was just in worse and worse pain. It just kept getting worse. And I think the physical therapy exercises were just making the pain worse, because they were physical, like, exercises for for an injury that I did not have. So it's yeah. I'm glad that you're making me feel so validated right now, Lunatic. Thank you. I feel so valid right now. So, and because of that, like, every time, so I still kept doing sports, or at least I kept trying to. The only one that I kept being able to keep up with was swim team. After sophomore, so I only kept up with track and field for the first 2 years, and then after that, I quit doing track and field because, I wanted to do robotics more, but then there was issues with, like, the robotics team, so I stopped doing that. And then I didn't want to do track and field anymore because I loved hurdles so much, but every time I did hurdles, it literally hurt so much, and I didn't want to keep doing track and field and keep hurting. And I would still do, like, running over the summer, and then, like, I tried to do cross country in the fall, my junior and senior year, and literally, like, junior year I did it for most of the year, and then, but because of, like, I did it for most of the year, and then near the end, I had to stop because of how much pain I was in. Senior year, I got through, like, the first couple of weeks, and then I was in so much pain, I was, like, I couldn't even walk in between my classes without, like, knee braces on, and without me, like, being, like, I was, like, crying, and it was so bad. And, like, junior year was when I got the patellofemoral pain syndrome diagnosis. And then it got, like, things got worse. So senior year, they were like, oh, you should be better by now. And I was like, well, I'm clearly fucking not. So I was like, I guess, like, I just have bad knees. So yeah, I feel you about, like, the Mario Party with doctors. Oh my gosh. Ugh, it's so exhausting. And then, so then I graduate high school, I get to college, and then, COVID happens. And then, literally, like, a month after COVID lockdown happens, I start having cluster headaches and migraines. And then I don't find out that these are cluster headache and migraines until, like, months afterwards. Because I have to get those diagnosed by a wonderful nurse practitioner who I appreciate immensely. God bless him. Theo, you're making things up. Your pain is just in your head thing that men and health professionals say makes me so mad because they did so many studies prove that this is a bias when it comes to people who are born as women with this. Yeah. Yeah, they don't fix it. Yeah, that's the thing.
What will you do?
Well, what will you do, Sonic? Yeah, I know. We're gonna do the best we can. I didn't realize we were going into a boss fight. Whoops. 1 second, I'm talking. And then, so I get diagnosed with cluster headaches and migraines. And then the nurse practitioner puts me on the medication that he can because he only has, like, he has limited access to medication. And so he puts me on, like, emergency medication, like, an emergency setup, basically, that is only supposed to work for I'm only supposed to be on for a couple of months. Because I'm supposed to go see, like, you know, like an actual doctor and then go see a neurologist as soon as possible. And around this time, after I get diagnosed with that, around this time is when I switch from my pediatrician to an adult doctor because I'm terrible with change. And I made the decision to see my pediatrician until I turned 21, just because I knew my pediatrician and I was comfortable with him. And like I said, I'm terrible with change. So, you know, all of that stuff. So I turned 21 and I was changing to an adult doctor. So, I literally was just getting established with, my new adult doctor. I get diagnosed with cluster headaches and migraines. And then I established with my new doctor. I see her one time, to like establish a connection with her. I see her a second time to like set up a plan to go see a neurologist and like set up a whole bunch of other stuff. But like we don't actually like set up any referrals or anything like that. We just set up like plans. And then she fucking retires. Keep in mind that I haven't even seen her for a full year yet. I've only seen her within the span of like 6 months at this point. So I have to switch to a whole new doctor. I have to do the whole song and dance of getting reestablished with a whole new doctor. Because the first visit you do with them, all you do is get established with the doctor, and they have to like take your vitals and then like, you know, get a chart established for like who you are as a person and all of that, and like you don't do anything. And then like I have to reset up like all of this stuff. So basically like I have to wait a whole, and the thing is that I end up, because I'm like going back and forth from college, I basically have to wait a whole like extra like, you know, year before I can do this. So this whole time I'm on like the emergency meds that the nurse practitioner set me up on. So instead of being on them for like the 3 or so months I was supposed to be on them for, I ended up being on them for like a year and a half. And they were not supposed to be meds that I was on for that long. So there was like complications that I ended up having to deal with that, which was why I was having so many cluster headaches, because like I said, they were just supposed to be like emergency medication I was on for a short period of time just to kind of like patch up my cluster headaches so I could like deal with the day until I saw a neurologist. Anyway, that was the whole thing. Anyway, so I finally got in to see a neurologist. We finally have like that, and we're only just now getting my cluster headaches under control. Finally. But yeah. So there's that whole thing. But yeah, it's like 3 weeks ago, I think is what it is now, was when I officially got diagnosed with POTS, which is the something tachycardia syndrome. I don't remember. I never remember what the first two words of that acronym are. But basically the other postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. That's what it was. Or the other fun name for it is was a fatigue disorder. It was like a general fatigue disorder or something. So I got diagnosed with that, and then I haven't officially been diagnosed with neuropathy, but like the other thing that I could have would be some sort of connective tissue disorder. And from the connective tissue disorders that I was looking through, none of the symptoms I have match any of the connective tissue disorders that are out there. Because the connective tissue disorders that are out there are either ones that we have, either we have proven that I do not have through testing, or they're ones that like the symptoms do not match at all, or I do not have like any symptoms at all showing up. So I'm pretty I'm pretty positive I have neuropathy. So obviously I could be wrong because, you know, I'm not a doctor, but from the research I've done and from the symptoms I have, I'm pretty positive it's neuropathy out of the two choices that the doctor said that I'm likely to have. And all of that. So I totally get you with like the Mario parting with doctors. Holy shit. But yeah, part of it too was that like, I think part of it is that like my dad is a retired military vet. So he definitely experiences pain differently. As in like he also has chronic issues. So I feel like yes, part of that too is that like men as a whole do have a bias towards people who are born as women. But I think he also is biased because he has chronic pain from being a vet. And I feel like when he hears me say, "Oh, I'm in pain all the time," I feel like he didn't realize that I meant like, "Oh, my body like feels like I'm being stabbed through my entire spinal cord and like in my knees and my hips and my neck, and I feel like my entire body is on fire, and like my entire like all of my body is like tingling, and like my extremities are numb sometimes." And I don't think that like registers to him. But yeah, it's a good time. But yeah, so we finally got that figured out. But needless to say, I was not making it all up. Oh, yeah, entirely. The sports medicine doctor was definitely just like, "Why do you think we're missing something?" And I was like, we're definitely missing something. And I was like, "God damn it. 13/14-year-old me was right. We definitely missed something. We missed 2 entire things, actually. 2 of them." And like, I can see why like maybe why my pediatrician might have missed the POTS diagnosis, because the thing is that when you have like a pediatrician when you have one doctor for so long, they can get very used to like what your normal is. So like they may not, because he was like a pediatrician, he's not a specialist, so obviously like he was used to like what my normal was. And obviously when they take your blood pressure and your heart rate and stuff, they do it all sitting down. And the thing is that's what's interesting is that my blood pressure and my heart rate are completely normal when I'm sitting down. It's only when I stand up that like my POTS comes through, which is why mine went under the radar for so long. Because when I'm sitting down, my heart rate is 100/70 or somewhere around there. And then my beats per minute stay around 60. So like while my blood pressure is on the lower side of things, it's still within the normal range and it's still healthy. And the beats per minute are perfectly normal. So yeah, neuropathic POTS is the most common type. So like as soon as I would stand up though, my blood pressure drops to like somewhere around like 90/60, and then once I would get to like and then like within like, you know, the 10-minute span that they would look for, then that's, or like the 10-minute span or whatever, my heart rate would skyrocket up to like unhealthy levels, which would be where like the problem was. So I think it was like within 10 minutes, my heart rate would skyrocket up to like 110 beats per minute. Maybe it was 5 minutes. I can't remember. It might have been like within 5 minutes, my heart rate got up to 110. Well, shit. But yeah, I just know that like my heart rate and my blood pressure looked normal up until I stand up. And then as soon as I stand up for like 5 minutes, that's when it's like, oh, no, you do have POTS actually. Whoops. It's just most people don't think to take your blood pressure when standing up, because if your blood pressure looks normal when you're sitting down, I've thought about whether or not I might have the other kind of POTS, hyperandrogenergic, but no clue honestly, and the only thing that doctors have told me about it is that it isn't real. Oh. Well, isn't that fun? When doctors tell you that something isn't real and you're like, well... Well... And you're like, well, I'm pretty sure it's real. But yeah... Fun times with doctors, am I right? But yeah, oh my gosh, getting on like beta blockers for POTS has been like life-changing too. Cause like I have energy for the first time in my life because I didn't realize how like fatigued I was all the time until I had energy. And I'm like, do you guys all like, do other people have this much energy all the time? Cause this is wild, bro. I've never had this much energy before in my life. Yeah, I'm no longer currently going through a situation where doctors are believing me that something is wrong and that's not, that it's not my head, so... Don't you just love when doctors are like, actually, that's not real? Yeah, it's great. And you're like, well, I guess I'm just making it up then. So... But yeah, no, I literally... Yeah, it's just a great time. Just a great time all around.
So impressive, right?
Within expected parameters.
Within expected parameters. Your blood pressure goes from about 115/80 to 125/90 on average. That's like the opposite of mine. Mine goes from like 100/70 to about 90/60. Heart rate goes from 70 something to 90 something. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, mine on medication now, thankfully, my heart rate will not go to, like, astronomical levels, which is nice. But yeah, because I was talking to, like, I was even talking to my neurologist, and she was like, yeah, your blood pressure is kind of low, but like that's normal. And I was like, yeah, it's because I have POTS disorder. And she was like, oh, well that makes a lot of sense. And I was like, yeah, isn't that so cool? So awesome. It was so extra funny because all of my roommates in college were like, yeah, we've been knew that you had this. And I was like, what do you mean you've been knew that I had this? And then you didn't think to tell me? Please send me that.
Why?
So I can send that to my group chat.
Why you lost my room and your ass walks in 5 minutes later?
That's so funny. Your blood pressure is only absurdly low when you wake up. I measured 98 over 64 at one point. Holy shit. Yeah, no, there was at one point where they were measuring my blood pressure when I was standing up, and my blood pressure got as low as, I think it was 89 over 60. And then it went back up to 90 over 60, but like it stayed pretty consistent at like 90 over 60. Because apparently my blood pressure stays consistent. But the only reason my blood pressure stays consistent is because I drink so much freaking water. And the only reason I drink so much water is because, the only reason I drink as much water as I do is because I have cluster headaches and migraines. And my brain would literally like blow up if I didn't. And now I'm wondering how bad my blood pressure would have been if I hadn't been drinking as much water as I do. Like if I had been dehydrated to all hell like I was back in back in high school. Like that's probably why I felt like absolute garbage all the time back in high school. Oh my god, what do you want?
Shit, they would post.
Why does he have a match? He would not call her Aggie.
I know, but she's meowy.
Okay. Alright.
Did I scare you?
Yes!
How?
I did not hear you come back.
I've been standing here.
Menacingly.
Yes.
Why is there a squid here?
Cause yummy.
He's not yummy. He's gross. You not see how gross he is? He's menacing.
He's purple. Like
He's menacing.
He's purple. Like blue.
He's not grape flavored.
Eggplant flavor?
I want you dead for putting that thought into my head. How dare you even suggest grape or eggplant flavoring? I know that there is a kind of POTS where blood pressure goes up when standing, but doctors I've seen just insist that blood pressure increasing when you stand up is perfectly normal and it's what it's supposed to happen. I mean, it is a little bit. It is supposed to increase a slight amount, but not to the degree that it is with that it seems to be with you. So that is what I find that is the thing that I find concerning with how much yours is doing it. Like usually blood pressure stays pretty consistent. Like obviously blood pressure is going to fluctuate when like you stand up and sit down. Yeah, like you said, Mario Party. Mario Party.
Is it normal that, like, whenever I stand up, like, a minute later, I, like, get really lightheaded? Like, one time at school it happened and I fell down the stairs.
No!
Like, and I actually scared the person behind me because I heard them go,
Have you been drinking water?
yes! I go to school with a full water bottle and I come back with empty water bottle.
How many ounces of water does your water bottle hold?
I don't know. It's like, it's kind of small.
That's not enough water.
I refill it. Well, I don't always refill it because the school water tastes spicy. Like, it tastes like someone put pepper. Also, you know this funny video
What
thing?
do you mean they put pepper in it?
Well, it tastes like it. I don't know, the water does not taste good.
What?
The only water fountain that has good tasting water is in the basement, and I don't feel like walking to the basement because none of my classes are in the basement. So
What kind of clown-ass quests are you going on in that school? What kind of clown logic do you have?
all the other water fountains taste like someone salted the water. I don't know. They wanted it extra spicy, I guess. I don't know.
What? What are you talking about?
Someone was experimenting with spices. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
White people find the spices and they think it goes in water.
A white person would never put spices in their water.
Yeah, so whenever I have to refill my water bottle, I have to walk into the basement. And so I'm always late for my next class.
That's why you got lightheaded. You're not drinking enough water.
I normally drink enough water.
It doesn't sound like it.
Well, maybe not like at school, but like at lunch.
If you're not drinking like 64 ounces a day, you're not drinking enough water.
At lunch, I get a water bottle. Like I get
64 ounces is the recommended amount that an adult should be drinking.
I'm not an adult.
It's still the amount of water you should be drinking.
Anyways, you want to hear this funny tweet I found?
I'm streaming!
Please.
I've already looked at like at least one of your videos. I believe I've also faded a couple times, but my reaction when I woke up used to be like, oh, I guess I fell asleep. Oh, well. Only happens in bed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because of... Okay. Yeah, you're close enough to an adult. You know what's crazy? So, on Sunday, gosh darn it. So on Sunday morning, I ran out of my beta blocker for my POTS, which helps regulate my heart rate for my, you know, so that like my heart rate isn't like going insane because of how low my blood pressure is. And my pharmacy couldn't refill my prescription until Monday, and I couldn't pick it up until after work because the pharmacy doesn't open until 9 a.m. And obviously, I work on Monday, so I couldn't just like wait for it to open to go refill it. So, as I was literally driving to go pick up my prescription, it was really, really weird because like I was getting like, it was so weird. Felt like I was having like a fatigue episode, but like it was my body trying to pass out. Like it was my body trying to faint, but like I was driving and I was like, and at that moment I was like, oh, I fainted. Like, I just had, like, the horrible realization that I fainted before, and I didn't realize that I fainted before, because I literally just thought it was me, like, because I literally just thought it was me just being tired, but just like unbelievable amounts of tired with no tired, but for no explainable reason. And I was just like, oh. Oh.
Oh, Hyacinth's drink marketing is good.
Yeah, I heard. I'm more excited about Cypher.
You wanna know what Hyacinth's window sprite is?
I don't care about Hyacinth. I'm gonna be.
But then it's so funny.
I'm gonna be so
It's
honest.
so
I
funny.
do.
Please, it's so funny.
I do not give two shits about Hyacinth.
Please, it's so funny. Please.
Can I do this challenge first at the very least? Because it's a time trial. No. All I know is amphetamines are the only things I have. Yeah, gotta love all that Mario partying and amphetamines. All I know is that amphetamines are the only things I have that help me, and I do not understand the logic. They don't even seem to significantly affect my blood pressure. That is kind of weird. Like, no judging at all. Like, do whatever works for you, bestie. But, like, that is really weird that they don't affect your blood pressure. I got a D. What?
Look at it.
Why the fuck did they give her such a cute memo sprite? I hate it here! Yeah, I guess they are ADHD meds for... Oh! Duh, amphetamines. For some reason my brain was like... For some reason my brain was just like... methamphetamine? But yeah, duh, amphetamine, like, the ADHD medication that I am on as well. A doy. It's like, I am also on this, bestie. It's like, yeah. I am also on this. Your Honor, I'm a little bit of a dumbass.
Yeah, we know.
Pure of heart, dumb of ass. That is me. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I can only have so many talents. I specify because there are other ADHD meds that make you feel much worse. Ah, that would be why. I don't think... I don't know. I don't think I'm on an amphetamine. I think I'm on methylphenidate is what I'm on. Which I think it's different. What? Oh, yeah. So methylphenidate makes you feel worse. Okay, yeah. I was like, that would be why I don't recognize the amphetamine, because I was like, yeah, because I'm on methylphenidate. So, but it's so funny because I have friends that, because like a lot of times, because I'm the type of nerd that will call my medications by like their official quote unquote official names, and so like I'll call it methylphenidate instead of like Concerta, which is the that's the brand name I'm on. I'm on Concerta. In case anyone wanted to know what kind of brain juice brain meds I'm on. And they're always just like they're just like, you're on meth? And I'm like, no. No, not like that. Methylphenidate, it's different. But yeah, I know Vivance is a new one. My insurance tried to make me switch to Vivance, and I'm like, but you see, Concerta works for me, and I know what it does to my body, so I really don't want to switch. Please and thank you. And they're like, but we want you to switch. And I was like, no. And then for some reason they stopped asking me to switch, so... And they were trying to be like, well, insurance doesn't want to cover your Concerta if you don't try and switch to Vivance first. And I was like, nah, I don't wanna.
You are not ready. Return
And then-
when the time
I don't remember. I think it was back when there was like a shortage of Concerta, because there was like both an issue with like production amounts, but also there was an issue with there was also an issue in a lot of Midwest states in particular, where for some reason they passed I don't know if it was like a law or something, or like there was a regulation issue, but they wouldn't let pharmacies hold more than a specific amount of medication, and the medication amount didn't change even if there was more people using the pharmacy. So like there would still be like a small town pharmacy and like a huge pharmacy in like a huge city would have the same limit on the amount of ADHD medication that they could hold like in reserve on their property at the same time, which was also causing huge issues with distribution. So that was also causing a shortage problem, because it was like both a production problem with there being a shortage of the medication, they're not producing enough, but then on top of it, so like once production caught up and then there was enough for people to have it, there was an issue where like pharmacies were not allowed to hold enough medication to cover the demand that was needed. So there was also an issue with that. So to like try and fix it, like insurances were trying to force people to switch to other medications, and I was like, I'm not fucking switching to a different medication. I was like, no. I was like, I've been on this medication since I was in 3rd grade, and it's been doing wonders for me. So, I mean, if you want to like, you know, cover the costs of like the hospitalizations or the loss of work or anything else that will be caused by me being switched forcibly off of this medication, because they will occur because I cannot function without this medication and I have no idea what a new medication will do to my system. And unfortunately, I have a very, very sensitive system that does not function very well. If you couldn't tell by the fact that my body is literally held together with prayers and duct tape and glue sticks at this point. Then, you know, this isn't gonna work there, bestie. But yeah, they finally I think they finally fixed that problem by either repealing it or they either they repealed it or they increased the amount that pharmacies could hold. I don't remember which that they decided to do, but they finally fixed the amount issue. So it no longer became an issue. So my insurance no longer said that they would stop covering my medication. So I went, okay. And we no longer have an issue, buddy, old pal. I was like, I'm used to this medication. I don't want to start a new one. Because I know technically the medications are similar, but that's like the scary part about like medications that are similar. Is like just because they're similar doesn't mean that they won't do drastically different things to your body. And especially with ADHD medication, with it being a stimulant, like if it doesn't like that shit can super fuck with your body if like even if you have ADHD, if like your body doesn't like the way it reacts with you. Like I at least was super lucky that the first one I went on worked really well and I reacted really well to it. And I haven't wanted to switch, but like but I know that like there are certain ones that like, you know, there are some people who have had to like switch and try again and try again and try again and try again. And I'm like, I don't want to switch medications. I know this one works for me. And even if like a new medication would technically work better, like the thing is that I know how this medication works with my body and I know the side effects that I'll get from it, and I know like I pretty much like I know exactly how my body will react to it, like how I take it, like I know exactly how my body will react to it, how long it will take for my body to like break down the medication in my body, like on average, like, you know, all of that, like all the little detail stuff. And if I switch to a new medication, I have to figure all of that shit out again. And I don't want to do all of that. Like, I already know all the little ins and outs of this medication. Why should I have to figure it out again? Just because insurance wanted me to switch medications? I don't fucking think so. That even though they are similar, people are on certain ADHD meds because of other reacting badly with the ones that others they're on. Yeah, exactly. Because, like, the thing is that, like, you know, they were wanting me to switch, and I was, like, and the thing was, is that I was also worried. I was like, how are they gonna, like, how is it gonna react with all of the other medications I'm on? Because the thing is that, like, all of the medications I had been put on, like, I had been put on with them putting me on them with me being on Concerta in mind. And the thing was, is that, like, my entire plan for, like, my cluster headaches, they had 100% based my entire cluster headache plan around me being on Concerta. And, like, if they changed my, you know, my ADHD medication, they would have to rework my entire, they would potentially have to rework my entire cluster headache plan, which I was not wanting to do. Yeah, insurance companies who don't know the reactions shouldn't try to force people to take things when they're not doctors. Because, like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, ugh. And now with like, with my heart medication too, like literally like everything that's been added for medications ever since I was diagnosed with ADHD, which I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was like 8 years old or something. Like I was really, really young. Ever since I was diagnosed with ADHD, every single medication I've been put on since then, I have been like, every medication I've been put on since then I have been put on with Concerta being like the forefront as like the medication in mind. It's like, oh, you're on Concerta, so we have to put you on this. So if I was no longer on Concerta, they probably would have to rework like pretty much every medication I'm on from the ground up. Cause like, who knows? Because like, just because like yeah, the medications work kind of the same way, but like the chemical compositions aren't going to be exactly the same, and who knows how like other medications are going to react with them, and because chemicals are all weird and funky and all of that good stuff, and you know, that because that's what my chemistry degree was for. Ugh. Because they all do weird, funky-ass stuff when they're in your body and being broken down. Where even is Tails that they're wanting me to go to? Who knows? Okay. Yeah, I'll go talk to Sage. Hi, Sage. Talk to me. Tell me how cool I am.
So I think I've figured it out. The Coco are the spirits of the ancients, aren't they?
What if they are?
Huh. I've run into my fair share of spirits who stick around because of their regrets. Sometimes I've been able to help them move on. Just how long have they endured like this, though? Were we brought here to help them finally find peace?
Why ask me?
Because I feel like you might be in the same boat. And if so, I'll help if I can.
She's so cute! Man, I feel like I should go back to that fish island and get other strength and shield orbs. Oh well. I don't know if I have time for that. Curious. Wow, there's another little... Wait! I like how Sonic's clutching his head, like, me too, bestie. Me every time I have a headache. Like, trust me, babe, I get it. Oh my gosh, before I was medicated, I was getting like 3 or 4 cluster headaches a day. And then on top of that, I was also having like at least 1 or 2 migraines a month. And sometimes they would overlap with each other. So I would have like a migraine and then I would also be having a cluster on top of it. And I was not having a good time. It was a rough go. Okay, it's just to pick paracetamol or caffeine and hope I win the coin flip. Yeah. It got so bad at certain points where, like, I would literally, like, I would be in so much pain that I would literally, like, walk myself to the clinic with, like, 2 different pairs of sunglasses on because I was in so much pain that, like, everything hurt. And, like, the sunglasses would, like, help block out some of the light because I was in so much pain. And then I would be walking with, like, my eyes closed. And I would just, like, be squinting just enough so I could see where I was going. And this would be after, like, a week of me having a migraine. And then, like, on and off cluster headaches. And I would walk myself to the clinic, and I'd be like, hey, I've had this, like horrific pain for this amount of time. And then they would give me, like, a shot to, like, stop the pain from happening. And that's how bad it got. I was like, just shoot me up with drugs, man. I can't deal with this anymore. I was like, I can't do it anymore. Put drugs in me. Like, mine would last, like, mine would usually last 3 or 4 days. Before and usually they'd be done. But there was a couple of times where mine would last for, like, a week. There was one time where, like, mine lasted 2 weeks before I broke and I took myself into the clinic. And I was like, I am in so much pain. Please help me. And they're like, you've been dealing with this for 2 weeks. And I was like, yes, please help me. And they're like, yeah, we can help you. Let us help you. And I was like, okay. It was, I was not having a good time. And they shot me up with some nice drugs. And I slept for, like, a long while. It was great. And then I woke up and everything was gone. It was a wonderful trade-off. I got a nice nap. I also didn't have my migraine anymore. And also thankfully got rid of the cluster headache I had at the same time. It was a wonderful lose-win situation. And I will say it was a lose-win situation because boy was I losing. Oh my gosh, could we please aim? Oh my gosh, wait. It's okay. Because we are now officially medicated and we're doing okay. Can you guys please go in the circles? I like how it's saying hurry up as if this is easy to do. Maybe it is easy to do and it's just me that's the problem. Maybe if you're aiming a UI wasn't so shit. That literally went right into the circle. What are you talking about? What else am I supposed to hit it with? Oh. Well, but it's not even going. This is how I describe my brain fog to someone as I felt it when it happened while I was learning how to speedrun cyberspace levels. When I was doing 2-1, I started feeling dizzy, then it got harder to think, it got harder to see the game, I started forgetting to jump on certain places and jumping when I shouldn't, taking the wrong path through the stage, etc. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It really is. It's so hard to describe brain fog to people who don't have it. You know what's also really hard to describe was like auras to people. The first time I had, what was really scary was the first time I had an aura for like a migraine. Okay, why? Cause like I didn't even understand what was happening. Cause like the pictures that like they have for them on the internet do not accurately look like what an aura actually is. They're so like, oh, at least the aura that I had, it was way different. But like, I only get them occasionally. It's so weird. I do relate to the brain fog thing. It was so weird because I didn't realize how strong my brain fog was until like I started getting like medicated properly for like my POTS, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't felt this clear my brain hasn't felt this clear of cobwebs in years. But yeah, I will say I don't get auras with my migraines every time I have a migraine, but every time I have an aura with my migraine, it's so scary every time. Like the first time I had one, it was like the scariest thing because I was in the middle of trying to read like text like on a physical page because like I was trying to read a special diet list for one of the rooms I was in, and like I physically couldn't read the words on the page because of the aura I was having, and I literally thought I was having a stroke. It was like the worst thing possible. I was literally so freaked out. I was like, what is happening? But it was fine. I was just having an aura. And then the migraine started and I was like, oh. And I will say, yeah, brain fog doesn't allow you to read easily. Yeah, yeah, because it was really weird because, like, how the aura started was it was like, because it started as a, like, it started as, like, a little, it's like, it kind of started like a little squiggle in my vision, and then it just slowly kept like expanding, and then it kind of looked like basically like kind of
Explore.
yes, I know.
Harvest all you need from the island to succeed.
It kind of looked, I'm trying to See, like, it's even hard to explain it myself, but it kind of looked like... Oh my gosh. Ma'am, shut the fuck up. I'm speaking.
To exchange one for the other, or make him offerings to raise your strength and resilience.
I'm just trying to think.
Use your companions to better navigate the island. Enter the verbal portals to find these and resources you need. All will aid you in your
I'm trying to see if there's a good... If any of these pictures are a good visual of it. Oh, actually that is a very... It wasn't that... Okay, so it wasn't this, like, bright and sparkly. What the fuck? Why are these also... There it is. That looks more like what mine was. Here. This is a decent representation of what my... I guess it would be more like this one, maybe? No, the other one was... These are all really shitty pictures, now that I'm looking at them. Maybe this one? No. These are all really terrible pictures. I guess... These are really awful representations, but this is I guess the best we're gonna get. But this is yeah. I mean, this is oops, I didn't mean to click on that. So like mine looked kind of like this, although I wouldn't say it was like sparkly. Mine didn't look sparkly. Mine just looked like mine didn't look like rainbow colored really either. Like it wasn't like a random blurry spot. Like I didn't have like the random blurry spot like that. It was more like the blurry spot. It was like a visual blurry spot. It was more like it was more I guess this would be a better representation of it. But like with like the squiggles, although the squiggles were more along the lines of like this, but like these are all so bad pictures. Because none of these look exactly like what mine looked like. Because like mine, okay, so because mine, this is actually better. So mine looked kind of like this, I guess. Like where like the squiggles were all around like that. But like instead of being rainbow, they were like black and white. And then like because like there was the squiggles around, then that caused like the blurry spot. So like the blurry spot wasn't visible like that. but like all my eye could focus on was like the coloration in front of it. So I'm trying to see if there's like another spot that's kind of like that. So I guess, yeah, kind of like this. So like mine were, oh, this is a, this is actually a really great picture if it unblurifies itself. But like mine were like that, only it was like, it didn't like cut off. It was like a circle, and like mine wasn't colored. Mine was fully black and white. With like, I guess there was like little bits of like, maybe there was little bits of like color in it. But that wasn't like from like the aura itself. That was just because like there was color in the room. But yeah, this is more like what mine was. But mine was like more of like a circle in like the middle of my eye. But yeah, so like it would like start like that and then it like slowly spread. But mine was like a circle the whole time. It stayed closed. But yeah, it was scary as shit. Because like I was trying to read something when it happened. And the entire time I was like, I can't read anything. It was also awful because it was weird because like the aura was only on one side of my face too. It was only in the left eye. So that's why I thought I was like having a stroke. Because I was like, only the left side of my face is being affected. That means I'm having a stroke. So I started going through like the whatever it's called, the stroke techniques that you're supposed to do to like check if you're having a stroke. Now I'm not gonna remember what the name is called, but it's like where you put your hands above your head to see if they're even, and then like you smile and see if your face is even. You check your face for like, see if one of your eyes is drooping. Like I did all of it, and then it turns out I was fine. Turns out I was just having an aura. Wait, oh. Only thing I've ever seen similar to that was a couple of individual small fire color sparks moving around in my peripheral vision, but like I don't know if that even is anything. Sometimes your brain can, especially with like if it's bright outside or things like that, or if you're looking at something for a long time, what can happen is that your eyes will take like the outside or it'll take like an impression of whatever it's looking at, and it's like not necessarily something to worry about, because I know like my eyes will do that, or like if there's any bright light whatsoever, my vision will 100% like, if I look away from whatever I was looking at, there'll be like a whole outline of whatever I was looking at. I wouldn't say it's similar. It's not similar to an aura. It's just kind of like how your eyes work, to there being light. And it's just like a quirk to there being a lot of light. And it's, to me, it's not similar to how aura and how it feels. Oh, and how it feels? Yes. It feels exactly the same. 'Cause aura doesn't really feel, it didn't really feel like anything. Well, I guess with the aura, cause like, the only reason I really felt anything with it, the aura, was that, like, because I was having, like, a migraine with it, like, because, like, it, like, the aura was, like, a like, you know, before I was having, like, it was basically, like, the pre-stage before I was having a migraine. I had, like, face tingling with it, so, like, the whole left side of my face started tingling, but, like, that had nothing to do with, like, the actual aura itself. Normally my face tingles with my migraines already. So that is already, like, a symptom with my migraines, so I assume, and, like, the face tingling didn't feel any different than how, so I assume that, like, if I had an aura but didn't end up having like a cluster headache afterwards, or like a migraine afterwards, then, like, the aura wouldn't have any feeling to it. But yeah, other than, like, the face tingling that I normally have with migraines, it didn't feel any different. So it feels pretty much exactly the same as what you normally, like, the normal, like, stuff that your brain does. Because brains are weird, and they're very complex. And your eyes are also really, really complex, and they do all sorts of stuff. Which is why we have, like, separate doctors that are specifically for eyes. Because there's just so much that goes on with your corneas and your light cones and such. Brave Fog is even funnier with that. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, add on all the little fun things. Because my eyes can see, but my brain can't. Oh my gosh, I feel that so hard. It's like, sometimes it really is just like, your brain's just like, I can't see, and you're like, what do you mean? We can see perfectly fine, and your brain's just like, no, we can't. We cannot see. Thank you for the drink water redeem. Okay, I think we will... Goodness, where are we going? Off the side of the mountain, apparently. Okay. There was a way to do this. Oh, wait. Got it! Hee 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 hee! I remembered! We're playing Tetris. Wow! Every time I think I'm so close to collecting all of the little memory tokens. I unlock a new part of the map and it's like, nah, you're not even close, buddy. Feels like my eyes see things and then give that info to my brain, and my brain is like, what the fuck do I do with all this nonsense? It's too much, and I don't have the energy to process it correctly. I'll just take the bare minimum to survive and call it a day. That's how I feel with my auditory processing disorder. Cause like half the time my ears will be like, okay, chief, here we go. We give you all this information, and my brain will be like, what? What? And it turns out I'm playing a bullet hell game and can't see even half the bullets because my brain ran out of sprite slots. Oh my god. I feel that's so hard. Like, oh my god. The amount of times I've gone back to listen to songs that I grew up listening to in my childhood and I thought I knew all of the words to, and then it turns out I learned the words wrong because my brain can't process words correctly. And it's not like growing up I could just look up what the lyrics were, because remember, I didn't have access to internet until I got into high school. So I was just like out here just singing the words completely wrong to songs, just none the wiser the whole time. So, okay, Marie, you need to stop talking about gambling. Your ads are all about gambling. Oh no! Oh no, I'm so sorry! That's so funny, though. They were like, oh, Marie, you like gambling? Well, boy howdy, do I have some ads for your viewers. It's a joke! I only like gambling on one specific game, and I don't gamble with real money. I gamble with in-game currency that I earned through hard work and perseverance. Is it a separate disorder? Mine is not a separate so technically it can be a separate disorder. Mine is a mix of my ADHD and potentially also my autism, and probably also brain fog caused by POTS. It's like a mix of things. Where did the... So, but yeah, I got it real bad. But yeah, anytime I do, like, listen to anything, or like half the time I'll be like in a conversation, and then my brain will just be like, okay, we've run out of hearing points. Yeah, you are more than welcome to just drop into my chat and like talk about this. I am more than welcome to talk about disability stuff, because I'm gonna be so for real. Like, I talk about myself all the time, and I love talking about myself. I don't know if you've noticed, I have a whole channel dedicated to talking. But yeah, you are always more than welcome to come pop in whenever you want. And I am always super open about my chronic health disorders. Especially because, like, I'm in the middle of my chronic health journey. So, it's just a fun little update. A fun little thing that I can bring in and just be like, yay, we're getting healthy. Especially because a lot of my friends, you know, especially because like Taurus is one of my friends who I know like worries about me, and I like to keep her updated on it. So this is one of the ways that I do keep her updated on it. Okay, so beta blockers for me, it literally, for me personally, it felt like a night and day difference. Especially once I got to a dosage that, was working for my POTS disorder. Like, once I got up to, because I'm on a 20 milligram, I believe I'm on propranolol is the exact medication I'm on, and I'm on 20 milligrams twice a day. And once we got onto that medication, like, it literally felt like I was a different person entirely. Like, I've never been this full of energy before. And, like, I've been able to get out of bed without, like, with almost no trouble. I've been, like, humming at work again. And I've been doing, like, I've had more energy to, like, move around the house. I've had more energy to, like, start planning stuff out for, like, streams. I've had more energy to, like, start trying to figure out stuff for, like, this bot that I want to switch to. It's for me, it literally felt like before I was on propranolol, like, it felt like, before I was on propranolol, I was on, like, low battery at all times, and, like, I was constantly flashing the low battery sign, and then after I was put on propranolol, it felt like I was finally, like, someone finally put new batteries into me, and, like, the difference for me personally has been astronomical. So I don't know if it personally would work for everyone, but for me, it's been wonderful. Yeah, I definitely feel you. Like, I know with me, propranolol also caused a huge difference with, like, energy levels as well. So, like, with brain fog, like, oh my gosh. It felt like propranolol, like, it took, like, it gave me a huge energy boost. It felt like, this is gonna sound like a weird comparison, so feel free to say that this doesn't make any sense. But for me, it literally felt like propranolol took out, like, it felt like the medication went through and, like, cleaned out all of the spider webs in my brain. And I don't know if I would say necessarily that it cured all of the brain fog that I have. Cause, like, we're still dealing with, cause part of it is caused by, the chronic pain that I have. And we're still, trying to find, and we're still, like, upping the amount that I need for that, and it's, because I'm on gabapentin, and that has to go really slow because gabapentin has really weird side effects if you, increase it too fast. But, like, propranolol, it, like, once I got up to the dosage I'm on, it kind of felt like propranolol went through and like, personally cleaned out, like, a bunch of the spider webs that were in my brain. And it, like, it kind of felt like I was no longer having to think through all of, like, the spider webby mess that was in my brain. And really nice. It's been really nice. So I don't know 100% if it would, obviously I'm not going to say like, oh, it'll definitely work for you, because like obviously medication is going to be different for everybody. But if you think it would be something that might help you, and if you think that it could be something that would be really beneficial for you, I do think I would encourage you to look into it, because it was a really big help for me. And oh my gosh, I don't think I could ever look back. I don't think I could go back to not being on this medication, man. I went the exact opposite direction I wanted to go. That's fine. That's a mountain! Yeah, I getcha. The Mario Party aspect of doctors is always like a struggle. And that's why I'm so thankful for the doctors that I have, because like the doctor I have now is so good, because it having a good doctor that like listens to you, I feel like it's such a low bar to have, but it's so impossible nowadays, I feel like, to find a doctor that listens to you. And you're like, it's such a low bar to have, and yet most doctors cannot pass it. And why? Yeah, it's true. It is an anxiety med. So that might be a good angle to go at it for. So I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that you get the medication that you need, and I sincerely hope it helps you in the way that it has helped me. Because, oh my gosh, it really has helped me in a lot of ways. Okay, so where was this one? I think we'll grab that one, and that might be our last one that we grab for the night. Oh, it's up there.
Good night, every pony!
I keep forgetting I have redeems like that in here. Good night! Alright, how do I... Where is it? How do I get to you? Well, that's definitely not how we get to that. Interesting. Okay. I can't say with the stupid bird there. Go away! You're so mean to me. Birds hate me. And for what reason? I haven't even killed that many of you. Ah. I think I've found the location of the baby. Well, now I gotta at least attempt to get it. Oh. Well, I totally missed where the starting point was. I was going completely at the wrong spot. Silly me. It's a pirate baby! That's so freaking cute! Okay, I think that's like everything we can get over here. Yep, Roonies. Okay. A small, tiny, uninhabited island? Check. Oh, well, I just fell off. I meant to do that. Wish they didn't make it so hard to get off of this stupid island. Maybe they should make it easier for, like, simpletons like me, you know? Whee! It's okay. He likes falling off of these paths and passages. He likes it. It's enrichment, don't you know? It's hedgehog enrichment, guys, not abuse. It was so funny. I was talking to one of my coworkers today, and like, because another one of my coworkers was like, so I had a heavier work slot today, and like, which is fine. It was whatever. I got it done. But the thing is that like, since I knew I would have a heavier slot, and because we're going on a trip and we're falling off of cliffs, zooming through the sky, Sonic Hedgehog. Well, I don't know if I'll make that. And because since you know, my gabapentin, we're still, like, getting it up to the amount that I need. There's, like, a huge dip in the middle of the day of where, like, my coverage for gabapentin isn't, like, full. And so, because I knew I was having both a full day and that, like, my gabapentin isn't covering my full day, I was like, oh, I'll just, like, take all my trash and laundry when I'm done cleaning all my rooms, because my spine's gonna hurt because of, like, you know, my nerve condition. And so I get my stuff done just barely, and I'm taking, like, my laundry to the laundry room, and one of my coworkers very nicely takes my trash for me. And I did thank her very, very profusely, and I called her the best because she was, because she did not have to take my trash for me, and it was very nice of her to do that for me, and I was very thankful for her. I thanked her like 8 times. But one of the leads, the newest lead, was like, basically like was getting on my ass about like not taking the laundry to the laundry room immediately after finishing the room. And I was like, first of all, I am one of the people who 98% of the time always takes my laundry to the laundry room. The only reason I didn't today was because I knew I wouldn't have, one, I wouldn't have the time to, and two, I knew the stuff was going to be too heavy for me to carry without it hurting. Like, I knew it was going to hurt my spine because I have a spine hurty. Spine hurty time. So, you know, I was like, I'm just going to take it all at once at the end of the day. And when I told him that, he was, and I even was like, yeah, I usually do. I was like, but I didn't today because I'm having my spine hurts. Like, I knew I wasn't going to be able to take it today. And he was going on about like, oh, well, so, like, so-and-so, like this other coworker, who got knocked over when walking a dog. And so, like, she's not able to, like, do anything really, except, like, she's only able to do laundry and dishes. And he's like, well, she doesn't have anything to do, and we really gotta stay on top of laundry. And he's like, well, I needed to mention this at the next meeting. And I'm like, why didn't you just fucking wait until the next meeting then to mention this? Like, why are you getting on me today and not just wait until the next meeting? It was like a whole thing. I was like, why are you singling me out? Because that's what it felt like. It felt like he was going out of his way to single me out on a day where I was already doing, like, a lot of work. And anytime he does the schedule, he usually has me do extra work too. Because he knows other people aren't going to do it. And I don't complain. I don't know. It was so shitty. I was like, I was already doing, like, a super heavy slot today because I was already cleaning, like, I wasn't even cleaning more than, like, a regular slot too on top of it, because I was cleaning, like, dog hold 1 and the receivings, which is what the normal slot would be, plus a cat room. So I was already cleaning, like, more than a regular slot today. And, like, I just fucking hurt. And he was like, and I was like, why couldn't you just wait till the meeting then? That's what boggles my mind. Like, you couldn't just wait till the meeting? You just had to tell me right this second? It couldn't wait? Like, until the next meeting we were gonna have? That you already scheduled? Boggles my fucking mind. Actually, we probably should. Like, I don't know why he's like this. That is just crazy. I don't know. And I think what really upset me too is that, like, he kept like trying to be, like, nice about it and do it in, like, a super nice way. And I'm like, stop trying to be nice to me right now. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not a person that would, like, I'm not a person that goes out of my way to do stuff that without a good reason. Like, I don't go out of my way to do, like, I do things in a very specific way, especially at my job, in a very, like, because I take very, very big pride in doing a good job at my work. And, like, the thing is that, like, is that he literally sees me take my trash and my laundry to the laundry room after my rooms every single day. So the fact that he, like, talk to me, and the way that he phrased it too was he was like, could you do me a favor and make sure that you take your laundry to the laundry room after you finish your rooms every day? And I was like, I usually do. And he was like, oh, I know, but like so and so doesn't have anything to do because like we really got to stay on top of the laundry. And I was like, okay, but if you know that I usually take it after, like, my laundry after my room, then why the fuck are you mentioning it? Like, so obviously, like, and this same the thing that really bugs me though is that this same person, God love him, but like this same person I've had trouble with him, like he just like will talk over me a bunch, and then like every time I try to point something out to him, he'll just be like, oh yeah, obvious, like sure, and then like he'll just ignore what I said, or like he'll like do something, he'll do it like a different way, and then someone else will point out to him that he's supposed to have done it that way, and then he'll be like, oh okay, yeah, he's trying to make me a doormat basically, yeah. And then like I'll point out that I already told him to, and then told him to do it that way, and then other people would be like, well, what the heck, like why didn't he do it that way when you told him? I'm like, because he doesn't listen to me, because he doesn't care when I tell him, because yeah, this is the same coworker that has been hitting on me for a while though, so yeah. I don't know if I told you about that whole story, about that whole fiasco. The like decade older than me guy who's hitting on me at work. I was like, thanks, but no thanks. Oh, okay, because I know I told Rascal and Ollie about it, but I was like, I wasn't sure who else I told, but yeah, it was definitely an interesting time. And of course I let him down politely, but like, you know, occasionally he'll like test the waters and like he still tries to hit on me, and so I'm like, cool, it's awesome. He'd be like, if I try to hit on her now, will she say yes? And I'm like, no, because I'm not into you. And you're making me reassess whether I'm into men at all at this point. Like, you are ruining it for everyone at this point. Knock it off. Honestly, maybe. But like the thing is too is that he's doing it in like the weirdest like nice guy way too. Like I guess it wouldn't be like the trademark nice guy way, but it's just like the thing is that he's just like, he's so nice in every other aspect, is that it's so weird because like it's just like I don't know how to clock it. Like I just don't know how to like, I just don't know how to characterize it, you know? Because, like, he's nice in, like, every single aspect. And, like, every other aspect. It's just, like, occasionally he'll just, like, brush me off on things. Or he'll, like, you know, occasionally he'll just, like, go out of his way to, like, single me out on, like, a specific interaction. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, what is happening here? So, I literally could not tell you. So it could be that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's so weird.
Hey again. Since we've grown so close, how about helping me out?
I have run the simulations. Sharing data will not change the outcome.
You're always talking about odds and simulations, but we living beings don't live by calculations. The will to live, the drive to achieve, the desire to protect the ones you love, that kind of thing can grant a power you can't imagine.
Love can be converted into power. Do you have any data to back this proposed conversion?
Nope. That's what makes it miraculous. But if you really need proof, I'll whip you up a miracle by the end of
I'm
all
sorry
this.
too, especially
You'll see.
because like, since it's happening in like a professional setting, like, I don't know how to like. The worst part is like, I just don't know how to like interact with it because I'm already so awkward with like social interaction as a whole. I just like, obviously I want to be like professional and courteous as like a person, but then like anytime it happens, I'm always just sitting there like, do I do something about this? I don't know if I do anything about this because everyone else just like sings his praises, and I'm like, okay, I guess it might just be me. But also he hasn't really asked out anyone else on the team, so. The only other girl he went out with that was on the team left, so you know. But also she was her own work case, so I don't think she's an outlier and should not have been counted. But yeah. It is what it is. I just politely ignore it. I just politely ignore him. And I'm like, it'll go away. And then if he's being too up in my space, then I snap at him. And then he leaves me alone. So... Because I'm not afraid to bite at people, is the thing. Because, I will never beat the mean lesbian allegations, okay? And I'm not a... yeah. Yeah, if it gets worse, I will talk to them, but at the moment, it's really just kind of like... It's really just kind of like, you know... passive, very, very light passive aggression. So, you know, I'll just leave it at where it is. Like, so if it gets worse, then I will take it up to, like, the management if I need to. And I know that that's an option if I need it. But, he usually backs down and leaves me alone when I reassert that, like, I want to be left the fuck alone. So, because every time he's tried to, like, test boundaries with me, I've always, like, immediately snapped him in, like, no, the fuck no. Absolutely the fuck not. But yeah, I'm like, you are making a very, very huge case for me to not be into men here. You are ruining it for the whole thing. Yes, anyway, to be continued. Alright. I want to say thank you to everyone who came to stream today. Whether you were here for a long time or you were here for a short while, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who watches the VODs afterwards as well. You guys all mean a lot to me. And I appreciate all of you guys. To anyone who's new here, welcome to the Guild of Friendship. I'm Marie, if you haven't catched my name. I'm a little electric type sheep. And in case anyone hasn't caught that from my bio, I am non-binary. I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, we are a non-binary sheep. But yeah. Anyway, where was I? But yeah, welcome to the Guild of Friendship. You are more than welcome to stay. Pull up a chair, grab a free friendship bracelet, all of that. And if I see you next time, then I will see you, for me, that'll be on Thursday. And if I don't, thank you for being a guest here. I hope you enjoyed your stay and all of that. I like to say that we're not as chaotic here as it was, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm always chaotic. It's different levels of chaotic. Sometimes we're a little lighter on the chaos, sometimes it's a little heavier. It kind of just depends on the day. That's kind of the truth of it. I usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Time. So that's usually my schedule. So if you are followed and you don't get notifications, I would go ahead and also just double check, because I know Twitch has been having issues with notifications not going out. But I always stream at those times. And then if there's a change in my schedule, I usually will post to my Discord server, my Blue Sky, and my Tumblr when there's a schedule change, just because I know people worry and stuff like that. All of that good stuff. But yeah. I believe on Thursday, I probably will pick up Outer Wilds again. I think that's the plan. Obviously it's not set in stone. I might decide to play something else. Because the way I play games is I usually will just wake up the day of and I'll be like, oh, I feel like playing this game. And then I play that game. Unless like there's like a huge event and then I played it beforehand. But all things considered, I think I'm doing pretty good for myself. I'm gonna be so honest right now. I'm staring at my two plants that I moved to my gaming desk, and it's really funny because one of them is the plant that I've had for at least 2 years of college, named Daniel, and then the other one is a new plant I just got this week that I named Tricera Dan, and they both look so different, even though they're supposed to be the same plant. It's really funny. Yeah, Daniel! He's still alive and kicking. I love him. He looks a little rough right now, because, well, one, Ellie has been chewing on him a little bit, so a lot of his, like, leaves are gone. And then Ellie also knocked his pot off of the ledge in the kitchen, so I had to repot him. And also his soil was really old, so I needed to repot his soil anyway, so it was about time. But yeah, he looks a little rough right now. I probably should go through and take out the old stems. And maybe plant, like, the growths in as, like, new heads or something. But he's still alive and kicking, and that's what matters. Good old Daniel. But that's okay. He's still alive and kicking, and that's what matters. That's very dead. I'm just starting to prune him right now. It's okay. We have a good boy on our hands. Anyway. Let's go see someone who is live that we can raid, and then I will let you guys go for the evening. And I'll post pictures of my plants in the Discord for you guys, because it's so you guys have to see what these guys look like next to each other. It is I will admit it is quite hysterical, because these two plants look like the exact opposite. Let's see. Well, we will go raid Roy Kiyato. It looks like he's doing a Nuzlocke. Okay. We will go raid him. Alright, so for the raid message tonight, we will do sheep raid. Sheep. Let's see. And remember to be courteous and polite to the people we raid, as always. We love them and respect them, and I want them to be my friends. Newt, newt. There we go. That could be the raid message for tonight. Alright, lovelies. Now I will let you go to Roy Kiyato. Good night. Goodbye. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and a wonderful rest of your week and all of that wonderful stuff. Goodbye.